There's three books that we're going to utilize to do this. One is the Mishnah. See, and this is the Gemara, together with the Talmud. And then there's this third book, which is over here. And this is Tanya. Mishnah was written about 2,000 years ago. Gemara was written about 1,800 years ago. And Tanya was written 200 years ago. And these three books explain the source of the Jewish understanding of when life begins. That's really the question. When does life begin? Because without knowing when life begins, we don't know what is an abortion. You know, if life begins at conception, then everything after that's an abortion. If life begins at birth, then then there is no such thing as an abortion. When does life begin? So this is what the rabbis wrote down. The first thing they wrote down, when the first time they committed the oral law to writing, they established in a very definite way exactly when human life begins, which is 41 days after conception. And this is what's written in the Mishnah, later explained in the Talmud, and later elucidated in our time by the great rabbis who understood that in the first 40 days of after conception is what is made is the placenta. The placenta, also known as the afterbirth, is what feeds the child. It's a intermediary between the mother and the child, and it takes nourishment in through the blood and it takes waste out. And when the child is born, the afterbirth, because it usually comes after the birth, the woman has to birth the afterbirth, which is very, it's rather large, almost as large as the child sometimes. And that's cut off. The umbilical cord is tied to that. And that's taken off and discarded. And this is what is created during the first 40 days between the sperm of the father and the egg of the mother. And 41 days, the Yud-Hey Vav-Hey comes down and imprints upon the embryo, and it goes from being what the doctors call a zygote, to being an embryo, being life. Therefore, if a woman wanted to terminate a pregnancy before 41 days, according to Torah, and the rabbis say one should not be stricter than the laws of the rabbis, that is too strict, that before 41 days it is not an abortion. It is, as the rabbis say, nothing.
You want to roll?
You're just checking the light all that time.
I'm just checking the light.